Great news, everyone! Vagrus is part of the Summer Game Sale, both on Steam and on GOG. So if you were thinking about grabbing this game for yourself, or any of the DLCs that you're missing, now would be a great time. And with that said, hello there! Welcome or welcome back to some more Vagrus adventures in this horrible but beautiful wasteland. A couple of things happened since the last time you saw me. First off, I went all the way down south to the Twin Towers to check if the lockdown was still in effect. Turns out that it was. But on the way, I met a peculiar fellow. Here he is. His name is Vagrus. He's an undead. Pretty jovial dude. And he really likes to cook. So naturally, I let him tag along. Rank Island doesn't seem to like him, for whatever reason. Oh well. And after that whole thing, I went back to the shelter, tried to look for more ways to make money, since I want to raise that 250 to start talking about finding a good place for my outpost. But as I was going back and forth between Lumen and the shelter, I got to thinking, since the lockdown here is still in effect, and it seems like it's going to be resolved by itself, probably after some time, but I don't know exactly what time that would be, and the slime grass that we're gonna need for that one main quest, and one secondary comes from somewhere around here, I think, the swampy regions. I don't really want to be idle while I wait for stuff to open up. So while I was in Lumen, I actually made a decision here, and actually purposely failed this part of the quest, and then it gave me this other one for 3 jade and 30 obsidian, and these were all stuff that I could get easily. You can see I already have these, and they were really pricey, so I have about a third of my money left. That's gonna take a little while to get back. But first, let's drop these off to the weird science lady. Candake is eager to speak to you, while Levantius stands next to her with slate and stylus in hand, looking only slightly tortured. Let's get some work done, shall we? She says in her melodic voice, her zigzagging gaze scanning horizons far beyond the narrow confines of the workshop. Alright. Oh hey, you're actually gonna reimburse me. And a little bit of extra, it looks like. Well, isn't that nice? Candake smiles. We are actually making progress. Thank you, dearest Vagrus. Keep up the good work. Speaking of which... Ready to take the next step? She asks. You nod. Yeah, I don't see why I shouldn't move on with the next step. The things I need now are rather important for the expedition, Candake says. Of course, they can be replaced with other goods, and the procedures I want to use them for can be circumvented if need be. But still, I'd be much happier if you could just bring the right materials. which are dragon bone and pottery. Oof. Dragon bone is one of the priciest stuff out there, as far as I have observed. Pottery is actually pretty cheap. After thinking for a few moments, she adds, well, admittedly, the pottery part is not that important, but still. You promised to see to it right away. Alright, let's see how much that's gonna hurt. 1 dragon bone, 30 pottery. Hey, that's not even too bad. I have enough reputation with the Ratarnak Alliance to reliably get some dragon bone. Interesting. I wonder how many steps this quest is gonna take. I was told this runs for quite some time. 1 dragon bone, 30 pottery. That is 3 slots. Cargo-wise, not too bad. Yeah, need to pay the 250 to even start talking about the outpost. And I can't really take too much time with this, since this is the only way I can win this game. Yeah, I'm gonna need some slime grass for this one quest. Unless I want to fight all the bugs, which I don't really. Is there anything that changed around here? Got news from a place called Mirage. Nothing else? Alright then. In that case, I'm just gonna go back to making money. See you in a bit. Okay, and I'm back. Took me about 6 real hours and about half a year of in-game time. But I managed to grind up a decent bit of money, along with all the stuff I need for this next part of the quest. I actually had a bit of an embarrassing story with this dragon bone. You see, I went up here to the Mines of Plenty, because the Ratarnaks are very eager to sell you dragon bone. But what I wasn't really paying attention to was the fact that all of this is Imperial territory, and in here dragon bone is actually contraband. So I bought the dragon bone, came back to the shelter, and actually failed to bribe the guards, so I lost the dragon bone and the chunk of reputation. So I had to come back here, buy another one, and then load up with supplies, just so I can come back to Lumen without hitting Torzags. So yeah, that was a rather costly mistake, and took me about extra 2 weeks of travel that it shouldn't have. But also, remember when I said I purposely failed the previous part of the quest because I didn't know when I would be able to come down here for slime grass? Yeah, turns out I just had to go north, because I went up here to Devon, and I actually found some slime grass, so yeah. But at least I went back to the alchemist, had some damn smoke made, so I can try getting that crystal for that other quest. So that's something. Alright, let's drop these ones off. Okay, good thing I get reimbursed here. Well, isn't that nice? Candake smiles. We are actually making progress. Thank you, dearest Vagrus. Keep up the good work. Speaking of which... Ready to take the next step? She asks. You nod. Let's see what you want this time. Dice, that's what I need right now. Candake spurts out quickly, throwing a quick side glance at Levantius. The assistant sighs. Domina, we've talked about this. Being fashionable out in the desert is not so important. Hush, Candake silences him. It's not for being fashionable, I need them as indicators for certain procedures. Levantius does not back off. Yes, but maybe the other item on the list, bright cap, is more of a priority. We'll need light. Alright, you dullard. Candake looks quite annoyed. Levantius turns to you. So, it's bright cap we need? And dies, Candake said in a tiny voice. Resistant rolls his eyes. And dies, he adds, accepting defeat. You assure them you will get both. Well, these are pretty easy to find. Exactly how much do I need? 15 dice at 30 bright cap. I don't think they stock out that much bright cap around. That might take a few turns, but okay. Yeah, all of these are doable. Alright, let's see what we have now. See, there's always a little bright cap everywhere, but never so much. And where exactly are the dice cheap around here? Well, probably Torzax is the best way to get them. Oh, no way. The Crimson Gate is even better for this. Okay, so that's one destination set. What about the bright cap? And it looks like it's actually cheapest here in Lumen. Which is pretty weird, but okay. So let's just start stocking these up. Okay, let's not forget to rest here today. Okay. Looking good. I think I want to buy another stack of supplies. Since next up is gonna be Loom. And I don't know if I need to take a detour anywhere. Okay. I don't think I need to do anything around here. So let's see. Obviously I don't have any protection, so I can't cut through these crystal woods. That would be suicide. I almost did that actually. I went up to Crystal, tried to cut through these Caleros, and immediately started losing people. So I don't recommend it. Okay, so from here, it's north and a little to the west. Oh, we got some bandits. Fight or buy off. Let's try fighting them. Gonna try defending equally. Okay, what do I do? I think you need to start with this barricade first. Yeah, extra defense really shifts. Okay. Now they don't have much grit. And if I understand it right, if you manage to remove this, then they're gonna turn around and leave. I don't think I want to do companion combats here. I think that's gonna give me like 5 or 6 guys to fight with my 3. And I don't like those odds. Let's see what happens here. Well, they dropped Crave. Pretty much. Got 10% grit. Oh, and these are slavers, so they're targeting the crew. In which case, let's switch to defending the crew here. I'm probably gonna lose some of these. Let's see. Oh, and I can only do companion combat here, which I would rather not. There's pretty even odds, so anything can happen. Let's see about that. Okay, they're disengaging. Let's just let them leave. Okay, let's see how this goes. Okay, so first round was a fail. And the enemy grabbed 2 fighters. I assume they're gonna be lost. Okay, second round was also fail. They grabbed another 2 fighters. Yikes. Yeah, this wasn't a good idea. Wow, I lost almost all my fighters. That ain't good. Yeah, I'm actually gonna run back to Lumen here. Try to replenish my stock. 9 fighters, 3 scouts. And 1 mount. Yikes. Okay, we have another whipping going on. Don't need that. Okay. Now, let's see. Let's hire all the fighters here. And grab some scouts. Okay, outriders count as fighters. For camp defense, right? I think so. Okay, this is gonna be as good as I can make it, I think. At least for now. Alright, take 2. They better not be there still. Ooh, got some supplies, that's awesome. Nice. Okay, I would need 1 more fighter. Ooh, a whole bunch of supplies. Okay, now I think I'm supposed to approach Loom from the south, right? I think that's how it was. Let's see. Entering the vicinity of a Kaleros was not one of your wiser decisions. Within half an hour, the heat and the light become unbearable. The iron parts of your equipment start to sting, nay, scorch your skin, and you can see small fumes of smoke rising up from the attire of your commas. Awnings do not help either. They are practically one step away from being on fire. And then there is the light, searing, blinding, so powerful that you cannot look up and have to shatter your eyes. You must leave fast or else burn alive or be struck blind, as some of your less fortunate crew members certainly will. Okay, so don't step inside, no matter what. You are too far in. It takes only a couple of minutes until all members of the Comitatus are in a heat shock. Most of you are also half blind. Mounts and beasts of burden fall to the ground, one after the other. You try to scream for the Comitatus to turn back, but only manage to gurgle before succumbing to the burning heat and going unconscious. You are practically cooked alive. Not a nice way to go. Okay, let's try this again. Alright, so which way do I go? I can't enter directly. There's gonna be an entrance somewhere around here. Oh, hello. The impossibly tall crystal towers shimmer in the distance, and even here you can feel the scorching heat radiating from them. It would be certainly unwise to approach without protective gear, or maybe even with it. You find several crevices, mounds, and even cave entrances in the vicinity. Some of them look natural, while others might be small underground mines. Maybe it's time to look for that Irk hive the crystal mancer Shabani told you about. Indeed, that is why I am here today. There it is. You spot the unmistakable mark insect prints leading towards a cluster of small hills. The hive must be nearby. Yet, you know that this is a point of no return. Let's follow the tracks. Ooh, pretty. You come upon a dark, foul-smelling hole in the ground. Judging from the insect footprints and the acidic goo surrounding it, this must be an entrance to a Irk hive. This is the place Shabani suggested you search for a precious white crystal. Descend into the hive with your companions. The Comitatus waits nearby. We have the companions. Oh, we actually manually have to take them. Interesting. You enter a gloomy, elongated underground cavern, which leads further into the depths of the earth, opposite the entrance. Protruding from the slime-covered walls, there are dozens of small white crystals. Judging by how dim and dirty they look, they are not the ones you are looking for. Huddled in the middle of the cave are two huge ant-like creatures. You instinctively expect them to attack you on sight, yet they remain passive. You have heard that Irks that were separated from the main hive might grow catatonic and slow. Might this be the case here? Okay, and we can use the damp smoke here. I really hope this is gonna stay in effect for my entire stay. You light the incense. It smells so awful that tears come to your eyes, but it works quite well from the looks of it. The Irks don't even flinch as you walk past by them. Okay, time to press further into the hive. The second chamber is very similar to the one you have just left, but slightly larger. Here you find two of the creatures in a dormant state, similar to the ones you saw before. Still no sight of the pure white crystal, but beyond them, there is a crevice which no doubt leads into the innermost tunnels of the hive. Oh. Maybe I should have come here with more smoke. Let's try sneaking past. As you take the first few steps, The Yerks suddenly raise their heads and they start to make excited clicking sounds with their pincers. Maybe they are not as docile as you assumed. You have to be careful here. Okay, we can try continuing to be sneaky. Ooh, success. The Yerks keep on clicking and chittering. It takes a few nerve-wracking minutes to get past them, but finally it is done. The creatures seem to calm themselves slowly, and you can continue unhindered. Yeah, I probably wasted that smoke at the entrance. Let's push forward. The next chamber is brightly illuminated, and you can immediately see why. In its center looms a huge glowing crystal the size of a grown man's arm. This must be the kind you were looking for. Unfortunately, it is not unprotected. Just like in the chambers you passed on your way here, some Yerks lurk nearby. There are 3 of them. At a first glance, they appear to be dormant too, but who knows for sure. Okay, here goes nothing. You carefully enter the chamber, and almost instantly, the Yerks become wildly agitated. Somehow, they still do not attack, but you are sure it will take only a single false step to be drawn into a fight. Okay, I have the resourcefulness for one more of these. Ooh, another success. Although the largest worker raises itself menacingly on its hind legs, and all 3 Yerks are clicking their mandibles violently, they somehow still do not rush at you. It seems this really is an abandoned hive, and without the central governing will, these Yerks are utterly confused. All the better for you. Time to seize the crystal. Using a weapon, you pry the crystal loose. It lies heavily in your hands, and is indeed a magnificent piece of mineral. You have no idea what potent magic it could possibly unleash, but you can tell alone from its immaculate look that it's worth a lot. Maybe it would be wiser to keep it to yourself, but such considerations have to wait. For now, it shall suffice that you have it. Time to leave this ghastly hive. As you walk out of the tunnels, the Yerks flee from you, clearly somehow bothered or even hurt by the presence of the white crystal. Soon you stand with your prize out in the open of the jagged waste again, ready to continue your journey. Alright, got a pure white crystal, and some insight. That's pretty nice. Lumen, sweet Lumen. Let's finish it. You find Shebani in her inner laboratory, where she greets you. Here you go, one pure white crystal. I've been anxiously awaiting your return. Did you find what I asked for? Yep. You unwrap the pure white crystal and lay it in front of her on the cushions. Shebani's dark eyes go wide, and an involuntary sigh escapes her lips. Splendid. Wonderful, she mutters half to herself. Even more beautiful than I dared to dream. You ask her for your reward. The crystal mancer flinches, as if caught unawares. As she looks up at you in slight confusion, her eyes reflect the inherent luminescence of the crystal. Then she composes herself. But of course, forgive me. The beauty of this artifact caught me off guard. I'll be with you in a moment. She disappears into a small alcove opening from the main laboratory and returns after some rummaging. She presents you a white shard, smaller and less bright than the one you brought her, but still quite impressive, heavily engraved and pulsating with sorcerous energy. Here, she says as she hands it to you. I have already imbued it with the magic for the protective shield. You will still need a potent spell weaver to operate it, but I guess you already knew that. Okay, and what does she need this big crystal for? Bunny shakes her head and smiles mischievously. I'm sorry, but I can't disclose that to you. Alright, fair enough. And we got a heat shielding crystal. That is very nice. Let's see, what does it look like? Oh, interesting. It reduces max movement, but also consumption for everyone. That's probably a nice trade-off. Special crystal, carved and enchanted exquisitely. The sorcerer can use it to cover the comitatus with a heat-blocking arcane barrier. You also need to equip Kalerus protection gear to survive in a Kalerus, which I do not think I have bought yet. No, doesn't look like it, so let's do that now. Right here. Okay, now the only thing I don't have is a spell weaver. I need to find someone. Okay. And I think that's gonna do it for today. I don't really know what I'm gonna go for next time. Possibly do a few more rounds of money making. And then pay that $250 to start learning about outposts. And after that, probably going up to Devon. There is a potential companion that I started their quest. Gonna need a few more things for that. Anyway, thank you for watching. If you like my misadventures so far, then please consider giving the video a like. And as always, I hope to see you in the next video. But until then, safe travels, Vagrus.